Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you very much for joining me on the channel today. Now I've got a returning band to the channel and it's the first video of the week. So let's see what this week has got to bring us while we're all still in the middle of lockdown. But I've got to say, I quite enjoy being in lockdown. I'm one of the strange ones which is quite happy to just stop it inside. But I hope all of you are coping alright with it wherever you are out there. Now, as always, let's give a shout out to the Patreon supporters: Adam, Albin Holmstrong, Chris Dosho, Dennis Sledge, Josh Boyle, Brittany Swigert, Lee Griffiths, Matt Poe, Nathan Smith, Poster Boss, James Shepherd, Rob Huntingford, Metalcore Champion, and Thomas Field. Now, today's submission actually comes from one of my Patreon supporters, Metalcore Champion, so thank you very, very much for this. Now, he wanted me to do a little bit of a surprise for the band after I'd featured them previously, and he pledged via Patreon to get this one featured. So, massive thank you for your contribution. Really, really appreciate that. Now, if you don't remember Vertical Coffins from the previous video, these guys are a metalcore band from Cincinnati, Ohio. So I hope you guys dig this one. This is a lyric video. I've not yet heard it, so it's a completely fresh video for me. But if you do dig them, please follow them on all their social media details. I'll be sure to drop all of that down below. Let's get straight into it, guys. This is Vertical Coffins with You Should Have Ran. Here we go. Proper old school metalcore vibe to this one.
Your time has come to face the truth. You made a bed and wanna refuse. Your blood will burst through all my walls. You're back from mercy, now I'll feel my resolve. You're mine to claim.
Like that.
This time will say you should have run while you were concerned. Dangers unseen at first glance. Vengeance has taken its final stand. You should have run while you were concerned.
Nice little bass drop there.
You should have run while you were concerned. Dangers unseen at first glance. You should have
Fucking brilliant choice of the track.
Dangers unseen at first glance.
Oh. we get another cheeky breakdown. Come on, boys.
Already told you once not to let me down.
Gotta be, it's gotta be.
Side by side, lay it in the ground. Mission outcome be your final
Building it
breath.
up.
So watch your step.
So there we go, guys. That was Vertical Coffins with You Should Have Ran, the official lyric video. Generally speaking, I thought that was a really good release with this one for you guys. It has a lot of elements in there, and it has a sound that reminds me of a lot of bands like Stained Glass Romance, I Killed the Prom Queen, for instance. Those are certainly ones that spring to mind when I hear your sound, and I do dig that because I love bands that had that sound back in the day. The one thing that I would probably say about this one is, I think with a lot of the times when there was the bass drops in there, when it's sort of when you get the drop, and that was done absolutely perfectly. I think maybe with the guitars on this, I think that's probably the only sort of minor letdown with the mix. I think they could have been a lot more of a fatter sound, but that's just purely my opinion on it. I mean, the fact that bands these days can still get releases out there which sound good without having to be on a major label is absolute credit to everybody. But all around that, I think this was a really good track. Wasn't quite so sure about when it was towards the end when there was a clean vocal that was brought into it. I love my cleans, but for me personally, I kind of felt when that come in, it sounded a little bit forced. But again, that's just my personal opinion on it. But all around, very decent track, guys, and I'm always down to obviously put people onto bands that they may not have heard of before. Just my opinion. You know what it's like with me, man. I always like to be as positive as I can, but at the same time I like to be as honest as I possibly can. But I do believe that future releases from you guys will be really good. It's always great to see what bands have got, like, you know, when you might first come across them, then they might do another release, say like 6 months, 9 months down the line, and then you hear that they've you know, they've looked at what they've done previously and they've like beefed it up, which is always good to see. If you do dig Vertical Coffins, please be sure to follow on all their social media details, all of which will be dropped down below. And if you guys have got this on Spotify, I'll make sure this one's thrown into the FYM Discovery Spotify playlist as well. But as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video, and I'll catch you all soon.